Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go through length of the last word. It's pretty much asking you to delete everything before and after the last word. So for example, this hello world, I'm going to delete hello and any of these spaces that were in between it. And when we went into the solutions of people who already answered this question, it's been pretty positive. I've seen one repeated thing in the comments was, "What's up with the cat?" Which I was thinking the same thing. Then I found somebody at the very end of the string that said, "Cat is nice." So I guess you can please some people, not everyone though. All right, we are going to answer this code real quick in our chat. Let's go ahead and plug that in. When I first started coding a little over 2.5 years ago, I started off with Python. I coded for about 4 or 5 months. And I was loving Python. It was easy. I was like, all right, cool. This is fun. I was doing video games. I mean, little animation games that were like the blocks that you know, the little paddle that you have and it goes back and forth and you have to hit the ball and prevent it from hitting the bottom. I made those games. I made a bunch of little games and I was enjoying Python. And so I'm at my company that I'm working at now. And I'm like, hey, I know how to code. What do you guys got for me? Well, do you know Java? No, I don't know nothing. What the heck is Java? He's like, you need to learn Java. We'll pay for it, and you can get a job. All right, cool. So start studying Java, and I was like, whoa, what the? What in the heck is this? Java was a beast. So for about 2 years, I studied Java, JavaScript, C++. I use so many different editors. I don't even know where to begin. Visual Studio Code, Eclipse. I mean, you name it. I miss Java. I mean, I miss Python. And eventually I will go back to Python because I enjoyed making those games and stuff like that. It was a wonderful thing. But Java's what they wanted. Java's what they got. So that's why the channel is just Java. And I've grown to love it. I still like the simplicity. Java's what they got. So that's why the channel is just Java. And I've grown to love it. I still like the simplicity of Python. For all that being said and done, let's go ahead and do this story real quick.
Thank you for the problem description. Here's the problem recap with a simple breakdown. Problem title, length of last word. Input, a string S that contains words and spaces. Task, you need to find the length of the last word in the string. A word is a sequence of non-space characters. The string may have extra spaces at the beginning or end, which should be ignored. There will always be at least one word in the string. Examples. 1. Example 1, input hello world, output 5. Explanation, the last word is world, which has 5 characters. Example 2, input fly me to the moon, output explanation, the last word is moon, which has 4 characters. 3. Example 3, input Luffy is still Joy Boy, explanation, the last word is Joy Boy, which has 6 characters. Code breakdown. The task is to find the length of the last word in a string. We'll trim the spaces at both ends, then find the last word by splitting the string based on spaces and calculate its length. Now that we've reviewed the problem, would you like me to proceed with the gamer-themed story and solution? Let me know. Let's dive into the gamer-themed story for the problem. Story. You're a space captain on a mission to retrieve important data from a fallen space station. The final log entry has been corrupted by space debris, and only fragments of the data remain. Your mission is to extract the critical information, the length of the last word in the corrupted log. You've connected to the station's terminal, but the message is filled with unnecessary spaces at the ends. It's up to you to quickly calculate the length of the last word before time runs out. The screen flickers, and the message you see is, "System offline at midnight." You need to find the length of the last word, midnight, and send the result back to command to avoid losing the mission data. Code solution. Java class solution. Public int length of last word, string S. Trim any leading or trailing spaces from the string s equals s.trim. Find the index of the last space in the string. Int last space index equals s last index of. If no space is found, the entire string is the last word. If last space index, return s.length. The length of the last word is the length after the last space. Return s.length last space index spice 1. Explanation. 1. Trim, we remove any unnecessary spaces from the beginning or end of the message with trim. 2. Find last space. We use last index of to find the last space in the message. 3. Calculate word length. If there's no space, the entire string is the last word. Otherwise, the last word starts right after the last space, and we calculate its length by subtracting the index of that space from the total length. Do you want to create a thumbnail for this story? For the thumbnail, here
All right, cool. So we actually already have a thumbnail and I've reached my limits. Okay, perfect. It did a really good job. I like this thumbnail. We'll give it a thumbs up and we have downloaded it. So now we'll put this code in here and see if everything works. Let's go ahead and run this. In case 1, we should have only world left. Case 2, we should only have moon left, and it should take out all those spaces. And in case 3, we should only have Joy Boy. So let's see what happens. Boom. All right, our next problem is going to be longest common prefix. So let's get it. Let's make it happen. Peace.